Okay, so I gotta talk about this. Anybody who's been listening to me, this is gonna be old news to you, that's for sure, because I've said this about a zillion times, but there's still, it's gonna just continue for however long, these people holding on to religion, holding on to this savior concept, this whole concept of if you're not in a body, you're a monster, fearing demons, fearing ghosts, everything's a monster, aliens or demons in the sky. It's like, oh my God, this is, it's like 12th century or something. Like, how limited do you keep your mind? These thoughts, like that this is, it's hard for me to even, to understand. I just I have a hard time understanding. I mean, as a child, I knew. I was a little kid and I knew. It didn't matter how many adults were telling me, I still knew. Because in my heart, I knew, because they were already talking to me. They were speaking to me. And, if everybody would, quiet their mind and go listen, everybody's getting the same damn message. I'm not the only person who's getting the message. It's just that we block these messages out because we believe by our limitations. And so we formulate the answers that we can understand. So, like, people can't understand that there is not monsters in the sky and stuff. And like I've talked about so many times, like I don't understand how in like this three-dimensional world where we have a globe and we're out spinning in space and we're all on here together and climate change is happening and it's all this three-dimensional tables and everything like that. And then but we're surrounded by monsters and demons that are out to get our soul, because just beyond the monsters and demons, we've got the Almighty, who doesn't give a fuck, obviously, because he's not saving us from the demons and the aliens and stuff, right? You got to get through all the demons to get to him so he can save you, but he sent his only son down to save the world so they can do whatever the fuck they want, be the biggest piece of shit in the world, but Jesus has saved you. Like, that makes sense to you. You want to be in a place where nobody has actually saved themselves. They've just relied on someone else to save them. So they haven't done the work. So they cheated the test. And we want to be hanging out with them? Like, it is so hard for me to understand that makes sense in people's heads. It makes sense that there's these monsters just out in the sky waiting to get us. To me, it is like The Village. I swear to God. That movie, that when I saw that movie, it stuck in my mind so strong. And everything always goes back to The Village, village, village. The way that they use fear, the way they keep people's minds in this, it's repressed. But it is stagnated, but it's so last year. It's so, 9th century or something. It's like this, it is like a limitation that people, when they didn't understand certain things, that it was like, okay, well, we got to be in fear. The gods are going to get us. Oh, run, run. It's raining. It might be from God's mad at us, like that is so old fashioned. Like, I don't even know what to call it. Like, I'm so dumbfounded. It's so weird, especially when, the stuff that I talk about. And then I still have people come in and go at me and tell me, I need to repent. Jesus is everyone's savior. Stop talking to the ghost and, recognize the demons. Like, it's like that person who told me that they wanted me to come over and be their friend, but they were going to go ahead and do a little exorcism on me to get the demons out of me because I have tattoos. It's like, what in the hell? Oh, are they going to take a picture and steal my soul? Like, it is such limited believing. But it's you putting your own limitations on you. You're not enough. So there has to be somebody who has to come and save you. that if you can't see something, it must be a scary thing. It is, it's, especially when, to me, what the truth is, it makes so much sense. There is no holes and gaps like this. Like, well, where are these, and if we need to be in fear of everything, then why would God create this place if everything was a danger, And how do people leave their bodies and suddenly they're monsters? But then if they go in heaven, then they got a new way of thinking or something. Like, I'll like start putting some of this stuff together in your own mind. Stop just going, oh, the book says this, the book says this, the book says this. That's what it is. It's the book says it. That's what it is. No, you got to think for yourself. You got to start understanding the world. You got to look at things and go, does that make sense? Why doesn't that make sense? Let's see. Like, if I go into this and I think about this, if I go in and I start doing some research, if I start looking stuff up, is everything going to fit together the way I think it is? Or is there going to be a lot of holes and I'm going to have to do some more research until I complete the picture, until I make the puzzle, until I put all the pieces together? So many people are just, they want the quick, easy route. Oh, give me the book. What's the book say? Okay. I'll go to the book. The book says this. Well, I can't kill somebody because the book says, I really want to kill you, but the book says don't do it. It's like you get to a place in your life, you don't have those feelings that it's inside of you. You're connected to God. God's already saved us. Those of us who have already done this, God's already saved us. I don't need you to come in and tell me the Redeemer is here to save me. He's already saved me. He saved me from the treachery. And it's because some of these things, I just, like I say it. It's like, it's really, it's no point of really saying it over and over, because these people are going to, until they question, until they poke a hole through the theory and start trying to expand their mind to really understand what this world is all about. I did it as a young person. I don't understand people who have just held on to these thoughts and held on to these beliefs their whole entire life and never questioned them. It's full of holes. Everything is full of fucking holes. Your answers are inside of you. The answers are in your DNA. But if you're going to keep on going to the book and not turning your DNA on and not going in and doing your internal work, then you're not progressing. You're not moving forward. When your thoughts and your desires and your concept of self is held by such strict limitations, then you're trying to live your life from a jail cell, which is fine and dandy. Like, everybody's at their own level. I talk about this all the time. Everyone's at their own level. No shame. No shame in where you're at. That is part of your process. And there is no cheating. There is no, hand me the question, the stuck, the test, like, I remember like when I was in nursing school, there would be some big tests and people would be like, oh, I got the answers. I knew somebody who was in school like 10 years ago and this same test, she's been given the same test. I got the answers, one of those deals where, which don't ever do that. Don't go take the test or don't take the cheater answers, because there's always tricks. Like, there was people who did that and they definitely were tricked, because they'll go in and they think that they know the way the question is worded, and she can tell by how she does it because she turns it a little bit. And so the people think that it's the same, but no, it's a little different. But cheaters got to be cheating because they don't trust themselves. They don't go in and want to do the work. There's no not doing the work in this process. You don't ascend because you read a book about it. You ascend because you do the work. You ascend, you evolve. There's no cheating in evolution, right? You can't change without doing the work. There has to be something that creates the change, and you have to do the changing. There's no quick, easy way to it. It's a process. This process is here for humans to have this opportunity to evolve. That, people who I know who are on the spiritual path, they're processing a lot. old wounds come up from past lives, and you are hit with these different things because this is your opportunity to clean it up. So many people who don't understand about past lives and reincarnation and the whole purpose of, a soul's journey, they, are, look into the book, get the book. They've all found a book that's going to, give them their answers. Don't go inside and look for your answers inside your own self. Don't do your own research. Just take the book that somebody else is telling you to read, especially somebody else who's trying to control you. Especially somebody else who's trying to control you using fear. Like, I don't know what, but that is, that's part of the evolution. That's part of the process. Those souls have to see. They have to even get over that. Like, to me, is a hump that is, something I conquered as a child, I guess. And, but these people, they're stuck in having to be told how to think, having to be told what the truth is, because they can't trust themselves, because they haven't really turned on their own internal spirit. Because your internal spirit would not say ever, yeah, just sit back, read the book a couple more times, Jesus will come, don't worry about this. No, no, your spirit wouldn't do that. That is your ego. That is not your spirit. Your spirit would be saying, oh, think about this. Remember how painful this was? Oh, you got to get rid of that. Think about it. Go into that. Think about it. And we'll be bringing up stuff from past lives, traumatic things, because this is a clearing event. This is cleaning up stuff that you have carried from life to life. People carry pain into this life. People carry treachery. I mean, things that you've done that were really horrible, you carry into another life. And it's a part of your imprint. Things that were done to you that were super traumatic. And we're talking, like, think about the realities that we know of. Think about the past in the realities. How much sickness, how much rules, how much, just the general way the world was going kept people apart. And, I mean, it was nothing to have your whole family die from a sickness. It was nothing for people to be split up. Families, little kids, moms, dad, I mean, everybody just away from the people they loved all the time, traumatic event after traumatic event. Like, we've been through these things. It's not just a movie we've watched. They put this stuff in movies, but these are our real lives. That's where this stuff comes from. These are our real soul journeys. These are real things that have happened, and they have happened to us all. We've all been through a lot of hard stuff. And in this life, during this time, because it's a completion, because it's a cycle completing, this age, everything's wrapping up. This cycle is completing because the age of Aquarius is a whole new thing. So this age has to complete. So all of these lives that you've gone in and lived, you're having all of these things, like I said before. You're interacting with people who are going to trigger you because you guys have this past life stuff. So these triggers and stuff are to help you bring up this old garbage that you carry from life to life to life, so you can release it. Because it's the processing and releasing is what elevates you. So you don't go these next lives, once you go through this process of release and healing, because you can't cheat through it. It would be impossible there's no way around it. You have to do the work. It is impossible to move forward without actually doing the work. And if you're sitting there waiting for someone to come do the work for you, then you are surrendering your time. You're surrendering your soul over to somebody, please come save me. I'm not ready for this. Which, like I said, that's perfectly fine. It's part of the process. It's part of the development of a consciousness. You have to go through that part where you get to the point of knowing in your heart, knowing in your soul, you are more. You are a superhero. You are what they show you, what the gods are. You have powers. You have abilities. This world is created on limitations. You have to break free from those limitations to move yourself forward, to propel yourself into this new age, because you have to get to that point of knowing your value, of being that superhero. This new place this new age is not going to have these same kinds of things. This is the end of these kind of scenarios. It's going to be completely new scenarios. It's like the souls got all they could out of these lessons. That age ended. Like I said, you know, when age comes, the age is surrounded, like the age encompasses certain lessons for a soul. And so whatever the age is, you know, all these souls want to go and have those experiences. And then you have these, you know, short experiences, but when they go through, there's things that you carry from life to life. You go back in, you try and resolve things. You're constantly dealing with the same people, trying to resolve things and trying to understand yourself. You know, you go back and you look and you go, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Look at how it affected everyone. Oh my gosh, I got to go back and fix it. You go back in, you're trying to fix it. I mean, we're just carrying trauma after trauma after trauma. Just think in your life, in your present day life, how much trauma people have just from being raised by somebody who was hard. You know, and there's no way that every single person, well, I won't say every single person, most every single person is born to a challenge. You start out in your first challenge, and it is so that you can start to develop yourself and to grow. But think of how many intense situations that have traumatized people through this lifetime. Then you think about like how many lifetimes you actually have lived and how much of that pain and suffering you carry and how important and valid it is for you to release it. And this is such a beautiful opportunity for that to happen. The changing of the ages. It's the end of one going into another. It's the process. It's the process of release, the process of recognition, to see yourself at your truest form and to understand yourself and to heal yourself. And so, you know, all I can say is that people who are sitting back and, you know, they are scared of everything, scared of every shadow. I mean, I've got fucking things going through here all damn day. Nobody's ever come and tried to, you know, hurt me. I still say, you know, if there's some dark energy that is trying to interfere, that they are definitely interfering through Stella's hips. You know, they're causing her more pain because that causes me pain. It stresses me out and it causes me pain. So that's the kind of stuff that these darker energies do. But it's not like a freaking horned beast running around here trying to get us. That is what they gave you. That's the illusion that they gave you, so that it would keep you scared of the spirits. Like, who's going to try and talk to a spirit if you think that they're going to attach to you and they're going to come and they're going to, I don't even know what people think. Like, they're going to open and close your drawers enough to make you go crazy. They're going to come and get in your dreams. And like, everything is such a manipulation of these energies in our minds. It's all in here. You know, the fears come from within. You build the fear. You build up the storyline. You know, they give you, they drop it in and then you build it. And so many people are just scared of their own shadow. But, you know, that's part of the process. And this part of is going to elevate them as well. However the process is going to go, it's going to elevate them out of that. You know, if it's going to be that they're sitting here, you know, oh, Jesus, waving their Bibles at everybody. Oh, you're a bunch of demon, you know. And, you know, then whatever goes down and we all ascend and we all go to the age of Aquarius, however it's going to go. I still have no idea. But we all get there and these people transition over and then they have to go in and look at the stuff. So it may not seem like anything is happening in this life, you know, like they're just stuck, you know, just, you know, like Nimrod, just hitting their head up against the wall over and over and over. But there's so much that people learn in their life review. That's why a life review is there, so that you can go in and learn, because this is all about your soul learning to understand itself. So, I don't know. People are going to, you know, stay stuck as long as they stay stuck. And they are going to create their own limitations and their, you know, and they may not learn anything about it until they transition and have to see it from that perspective, because their emotions and stuff have them so trapped. You know, it is like the bird cage you're trapped in, that the bars are made out of your emotional, it's your emotions and your, you create the bars by you trying to be what they want you to be. So you create these limitations by the paradigms and structures. Like I said, you're building your walls out of their artifacts, not their tools, their supplies. You're caging yourself in, and they're giving you the tools and the supplies, and you're doing it. But it's you doing it. You're building your own cage, and it's all built out of fear, out of limitation, out of vulnerability, and those are all things that you have to get over to move forward. And this is the opportunity that this is all happening for you. The things happening aren't happening to you. They're happening for you. And Stella's trying to get off the couch. I got to go help her. But anyways, I'm on a rant. I'll probably be back because it is very, I don't need anybody to come in and tell me what I need to do to get closer to Jesus and, stop talking to the ghosts. They're devils trying to trick me. Like I said yesterday, they're not trying to trick me. They're trying to direct me. And they're not devils. They're angels. They're spirits that care, and they are here for, they're there for everybody. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got their guides and their ancestors and everyone there who is a part of your team. And whatever point you're at in your journey, that's the point you need to be at. And, but we don't need to worry about what, nobody needs to go in and start trying to save me. I'm good. I'm real good.